Grant Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
That time of the day again already. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Another jam-packed program for you this morning. We're going to play you this Army PsyOps ad. I don't know what it is they're going for here. I guess it's a recruitment video. Yeah. It's bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. For recruitment into the military, really, really strange. Also, gas prices continue to soar. If you hadn't noticed, kind of came home to me yesterday when I paid $104.20 to fill up my tank. $104.20. Jeez. Unsustainable. Mm-hmm. Can't keep doing it. So maybe they could, I don't know, do something about it, like open up some wells.
They are.
Allow some drilling.
No,
I know. They've given carte blanche to the oil companies. What do they want? They can drill anywhere they want. Well, except not in Alaska and not off the Gulf Coast and not on federal lands and not anywhere there's oil.
Yeah, but yesterday...
But go ahead and drill wherever other than that.
Oh, Biden did something about this just yesterday. He made it so that Venezuela could export oil now.
See how helpful that is?
But not to us, though, is the thing. So it's not even...
Okay.
It's not even to the United States of America. How do you look at this? And
I don't know.
It is completely deliberate what is happening. We are empowering bloodthirsty dictators, effectively, and not even to help us. It's not like we're making a deal for oil for America and not allowed to drill our own God-given resources.
Don't you like to help bloodthirsty dictators?
Not as a rule.
Really?
I'm sorry. Does that?
You're kind of picky.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
Okay. Well, it's not the reaction I thought it was going to be. Yeah. What are we up to? What's our national price average now? Is it $4.50?
$17 a gallon.
17 a gallon now is your
17.
average. So we're kind of getting off lucky here.
Yeah.
Paying $4.40.
Well, I paid $4.99 yesterday, which is, I'm saving
premium.
a tenth of a penny on the Supreme. So that was pretty good. Yeah, it's $5 a gallon now for that, for the premium stuff. Premium, Supreme, whatever they call it at the pump. But I think the regular is only, it's like $4.50 anyway. Is it not? It's very close to $4.50.
Yeah, it's...
just for the regular.
And that's just here in Texas. I mean, the average around the nation... I can't find it, but I think it's $4.58, somewhere in there.
In California, they're paying like $6 a gallon.
Sure
right
are.
now.
That's the average.
Killer. That's just crushing. Just crushing. Then you go to the store, you can't find baby formula. And if you can, my daughter showed me yesterday. She goes to Walmart early in the morning and buys these little teeny cans because that's all they have. So she tries to stock up on those. It maybe about that size, $18 for that. I don't know how many ounces it is, but $18. So not only is it really difficult to find, but it's also incredibly expensive. And the price is obviously going to shoot up even higher because of the shortage.
Okay, so hang on a second. I am not for price gouging laws because I've yet to find someone that can define what it means to price gouge. But during a hurricane, if they set the price at that, even though maybe the supply is the same situation, the supply and demand issue, the same, they would get in trouble for jacking up the price for baby formula during a hurricane.
They would.
But right now, it's cool.
But now I guess, it's fine to take advantage of young parents with infants. I guess that's fine. Because a hurricane hasn't hit Dallas.
Yeah, just go to the manager and say, have you seen the forecast? A hurricane's coming. Give me the standard price.
The hurricane is in the grocery store with the hurricane of the prices.
Hurricane Joe strikes again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, we got to write that down. Hurricane Joe strikes again.
And he struck again yesterday, babbling stuff. He was in Buffalo talking about the shooting.
Jill and I bring you this message from deep in our nation's soul. In America, evil will not win, I promise you. Hate will not prevail. And white supremacy will not have the last word.
Oh, my gosh.
What? What's wrong?
I can't take this guy. And, obviously, the guy does hate. And he seems to be a white supremacist. But still, that's pretty misleading. Since he's a white supremacist leftist. Jeez.
Yeah, Hurricane Joe strikes again.
Yes, he does. Here he was back in 1993.
Oh.
Where he was talking about what happened in the Los Angeles riots. And he saw Rodney King get the crap beat out of him. And I think what he's going for here is just because he got the crap beat out of him, that doesn't mean he should go free or something. I don't know. See what you get from this.
Can't expect police officers without clear guidance to do anything other than try to protect us by whatever means are necessary.
Oh.
I mean, I wonder what my friend from California would said if this beating case we saw out in Los Angeles, if in the process of that beating, that person confessed to having murdered somebody. Should it be admissible? If in the process of that beating, I asked that question to my friend. What was the fellow's name?
Weird.
Rodney King. If when Rodney King was being beaten,
come
the guy
on.
we saw on
That
television,
was...
in the process
Pause it
of
for a
that
second.
beating.
Yeah, that was everywhere.
Bro.
The Rodney King beating
That
and the
was
name Rodney King was absolutely everywhere.
That was a subtle dig. What was his name again, this guy? That
Yeah,
got the crap
I don't
beat
really
out of him?
pay attention to him because he's not the same color as me. So what was his name? This guy's such a racist. And he seems to be pro-beating here.
Yeah.
Listen to the rest of this.
Rodney King confessed to a murder that he did commit. Should Rodney King be convicted under our laws?
Wait.
That's my question.
That's his question.
It wasn't a murder.
I don't know under those circumstances.
Then Orrin Hatch jumps in
See,
because
that's the
he's
problem.
The fact of the matter
Equally
is,
stupid.
The answer is probably not.
Probably no.
Right.
Yeah. I think.
I don't
think,
know how the courts would construe that, but probably not.
Well, usually the courts construe beatings, eliciting confessions, as not a good thing. And the reason they do that is we have a proposition about self-incrimination in our country. As a matter of fact, not only usually, always do they construe it that way. But my point is, there would be,
What is your point?
assuming somebody had committed a murder, if the police beat the confession out of him, and he did commit the murder.
He wants to do
He
this.
did commit the murder.
He wants to beat
and
someone.
confessed to it, and that's what convicted him. Now, I wouldn't want that guy going free. I wouldn't want that person going free. They did commit a heinous murder, but the only way we're able to convict him is the police beat him up with a hose. Should that person be denied their constitutional rights? Well, my gut tells me no. Yes, they should be.
No,
Hang 'em.
yes. I don't know
They
what
did
my
it.
gut tells me. No,
But
yes.
Why is it that we don't allow those kinds of things to be admissible?
Gut tells me no. Yes. Yes. No. No.
He sucked
No.
at this.
Yes. 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 No. No. Yes. Confused am I? Yes. No. No. Yes. I'm really not sure what the. Even then, 1993, he's rambling, bambling all over the place. Wow.
Yep.
And I don't think he was trying to say that Rodney King is a murderer. He's just saying
Yeah,
if he had murdered somebody,
yeah.
could you accept the admission, the confession?
What's the fellow's name again?
Yeah, Bob.
Bob. Yeah. So
Bob, was it Bob
this,
something?
This guy Bob we saw on the
Bob
news.
Queen
getting
was.
beaten.
Yeah. I mean, that was everywhere at the time.
You knew 5 seconds after it happened what his name was.
Oh my gosh.
What was that fellow? God, that is so.
Fellow's name?
That's
Incredible.
he's a racist.
It's incredible. By the way, speaking of police, this is kind of an interesting statistic. We've been talking about how many police officers have been shot over the last couple of years and how dangerous it is for the men in blue. In 2019 in Chicago, they had 619 police officers leave, but 444 joined. So there's still a net loss there, but it's not a gigantic gap to fill. In 2020, when things started to hit the fan, 705 officers left. Only 161 joined. Then last year, in 2021, 900 left, 51 joined. It's just people don't want anything to do with it, and who can blame them? Who can blame them? Would you want to be a police officer in this day and age?
Not in good times.
Nope.
God bless them. God bless
That's true.
them
Not in the good times.
and their families. It's same with our soldiers. Every
Incredible.
day could be your last. You never know.
Yeah, right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. This is just kind of some fun. On a water tower in Kingsland, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Tiny little town in Cleveland County. Not known for much of anything, really, except being the birthplace of Johnny Cash.
What?
And in honor of the Man in Black, Kingsland Water Tower features a silhouette of Johnny Cash holding a guitar. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool that they've honored him that way.
It is cool.
Well, according to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, somebody recently put a bullet in, right where Johnny Cash's crotch.
Oh, come on now. Actually,
and now the water tower is leaking conveniently from a place that makes it look like a...
Now that is something Johnny Cash would have done himself.
I think he'd appreciate that.
He would have absolutely done that. Oh my. So good. That's good. As Pat would say,
that's funny.
That's good, clean fun.
That's good, clean fun right there. And as long as we're talking about water towers, Pat had Perfect Fit AR sent this to us. It's a story from a couple months back.
Yeah.
Ohio mayor wants black silhouettes on the water tower painted over.
What in the world?
Due to negative racial overtones.
Okay, you're trying too hard.
There it is. You can just see how racist it is.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got me. There it is.
I don't know if I can, without reading the story, identify what the negative racial overtone is.
Because the silhouettes are painted black.
Right.
Pat.
But
shouldn't it be obvious?
But they're not doing anything like...
they're painted black.
There's families, they're
bike black.
riders.
Pat, they're black.
All right.
That's negative now. Okay?
Is it? Well, doesn't that make him a racist if he thinks that's
right?
negative?
Read his stupid quote. Read his stupid ass quote. I can't take this stuff.
Okay. From my perspective, I'm not the right person to speak on the rights of the African American.
Then stop talking right there, Mayor.
Thank you. Because I'm as white as everybody up here. But if one African American said that, hey, I would feel more welcomed if a stigma that exists is removed from the city, that would be a step in the right direction. What?
I don't know. What's the last paragraph on page 1 say? What's the last paragraph say? What is that?
During Tuesday's city council meeting, Mackin laid out the criticism.
Oh, there's a criticism on the water tower.
Including the fact that people have made the joke on social media that the only black people in Perrysburg reside on the water tower.
Oh, God. That's a Go back to the proposed drawing there. Look at that. There's what we're going to do. City of Perrysburg.
Oh, that's way better.
That's better.
Yeah. Isn't that better?
And we just...
Yeah, then you're not offending anybody.
That's option A. Okay, I'm sure there's many other options, but at least we get those black silhouettes off the water tower. The world is insane. It's
stupid.
Absolutely...
Positively.
Irretrievable at this point.
Yep. No question. Oh, by the way, last night in the primaries, some big news in North Carolina where Madison Cawthorn lost his primary. He lost. An incumbent running, I think, for re-election for the first time, got beaten because I think people were just like, it just went too far. And they're like, nah, I can't.
Every other day there was something new.
Yep.
I'm surprised. There's that. Okay, well, there's a video out there that I'm going to have to show you. It's just horrific. I'm sorry that we can't play it on here. We literally cannot play this video. The man has got issues.
Is that the one where he's nude and he's kind of doing something with his friend or cousin or whoever? Yes. And he's sort of simulating an act.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just creepy. It's just weird.
He needs help.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. He lost 33.4 to 31.9. So he still almost pulled it out.
Wow.
But not quite. Not quite. And then there was a whole bunch of other people with much smaller. The third place person got 9.4%. But he was speeding without a valid driver's license. He took a firearm through security at an airport.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay, so we're up to 4 things now.
Wearing lingerie in photos, which, whatever, blows your dress up. That's what do I care?
Oh, that's good. I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to hold that one against him. I mean,
no, that's fine. I
keep...
didn't realize you were a cross-dresser or
right.
trans, but whatever.
So I'm going to keep the sexual assault in the negative column. I'm going to put the cross-dressing over here in the neutral.
Okay. He also appeared in a video in which a staffer pantomimes a grab for his groin. Looked like more than a pantomime to me. I
haven't even seen this. What are we doing? I mean, this guy...
and then there's this. I think this is what you're talking about. Gyrating naked on top of another man in bed.
Just read that sentence again.
Gyrating naked on top of another man in bed.
Who did not want this happening to him. He was protesting.
Oh, was he?
Was not happy about it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Accusing unnamed lawmakers, of course, of inhaling cocaine, inviting him to an orgy. Seems like he would have been the one arranging an orgy.
Look, who's dealing with the invitations? You got that, Madison? Oh, absolutely, I've got this covered.
Then he promoted cryptocurrency in ways that prompted critics to claim he was engaging in insider trading. And, of course, he called, here's a big sin.
Oh, no.
He called Volodymyr Zelensky a thug. Like, who cares?
Oh,
so what?
That's a negative?
Yeah. Well, they're chalking it up with the rest of this stuff, so I'd say yes.
Yeah, what is the deal with Zelensky opening up the Cannes Film Festival?
Did he?
Yeah. So he is like the opening...
On video, though, right? He didn't travel
yeah. But still, it's like...
Still.
Okay, are you...
He's a star now. He's a celebrity now.
He started off as a celebrity, as a star. Are you fighting a war where your people are desperate and going hungry and fighting off an invading army, a superpower, effectively? Is that what's happening here? Is it dire straits for your nation? Or do you have time to do photo shoots, hang out with Bono, open up the film festival thing in France there via satellite? I mean, what is this?
He's taking advantage of his celebrity right now. There's
Our
no doubt.
lawmakers are taking advantage of us and sending $40 billion plus to this guy.
But don't call him a thug, or you're going to lose your next election, Keith.
Okay.
I'd hate to see that happen.
This world, I swear, it's
crazy. It's crazy. Let me tell you about Birch Gold to try to bring back some sanity into the discussion. What does our current out-of-control inflation look like right now? Well, it looks like paying 47% more for fuel than a year ago. Highest prices of all time, the most I've ever, and I'm breaking that record every single time I fill up. It looks like paying 41% more for the same used vehicle if you buy it this year instead of last. Looks like paying almost 10% more to feed your family. Looks like every dollar in your savings is worth less than it was a year ago. Why? Because of printing so much money. Printing and spending. We talked about a scenario, I think this was, all debt combined, including the unfunded liabilities like Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security and those things that we're going to have to pay all through the eternities. And it added up to something like $259 trillion.
Yeah. And what was it, even if we sold all of our assets?
Every asset the United States has adds up to $191 trillion.
So we still, whatever it turned out to be, what would be 66 trillion?
Yeah, we're in the hole, I think, 60-some trillion. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, your kids are fine.
Whatever.
Tomorrow's fine.
Hedge against the U.S. dollar by investing in something with real value. Gold and silver from Birch Gold. Precious metals have historically been a safe haven in times of inflation, and Birch Gold is the leader in converting IRAs and 401ks into a tax-sheltered IRA backed by gold and silver. With thousands of satisfied customers and an A-plus rating with the BBB, Birch Gold can help you protect your savings. Text PAT to 989-898. Get the free info kit on gold. There's no obligation. They'll just send you the kit, and you go through it, decide if it's right for you. Text PAT to 989-898 right now to get your free info kit. Text PAT to 989-898.
Pat Ray.
got to tell you about the Pennsylvania Senate race, too, if you haven't heard yet. It's a dead heat, essentially, especially between Oz and McCormick. Yeah. So those two are virtually tied, and I don't think Kathy Barnett has a chance.
You can write her off. She's way back.
But it's like 32 to 32, and then she was trailing with something like 24.
Yeah, so Oz is up, last I heard, 1,600 votes with 10,000 like mail-in or whatever.
Still to count.
Go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so they're not running against a Democrat, so we can't expect an overwhelming avalanche of Democrat votes coming in at the last minute. So we'll see how this plays out.
I heard it was looking good for McCormick at this point with what was left and where it was coming from. And all
I did hear a sound clip of him saying that they like where they're at. And
so I hope it works out.
Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what it was. He didn't quite say the numbers don't lie, but he was basically feeling pretty confident, it sounded like, on how this is going to play out. So we'll see.
Yeah. On the Democrat side, the guy who just had a stroke did, in fact, win because, they don't care about it. If you're incapacitated, they like you even better. The Democrats are going to vote you into office, just like they did with Biden. Mm-hmm. They'll do it with this guy, too.
Mm-hmm. They don't care.
52-year-old Fetterman is known for his hulking 6'8" stature, 6'8", and his tattoos that helped him build a political persona as an outsider. That, combined with his support of top progressive causes such as universal government-funded health care, that's great, was key in his easily dispatching Democrat rival Connor Lamb, who's a moderate, in the mold of President Biden, according to the article.
Wait, you never want that.
Right. Yeah, he's a moderate.
You never want that attached to you at all.
No, you don't.
In the mold of Joe Biden?
Now, I heard that Biden was going to come to the state and campaign for Fetterman, and Fetterman didn't really want him because he thought he was too moderate.
Too moderate?
Too moderate. Yeah.
You've been watching TV, bro?
Called him a sellout.
Wait, what?
Is that something? Fetterman's victory shows that voters are fed up and want fighters. It should be a wake-up call to the entire Democratic Party establishment to fight harder against the fascists and those who obstruct a popular agenda. Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, so
he's good.
He's a radical. We certainly don't need him in office. Please, whoever wins this Republican Party, they've got to be strong enough to go on and defeat this guy because he's an absolute radical. Now, I don't have the Idaho results. Have you seen who won in Idaho? That was another one we were kind of following because Glenn lives in the area that was being contested and wanted Brian Smith to win that.
He wanted Brian Smith to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure who did win, though.
I don't.
We'll check on that. And
let's see. Yeah, Brian Smith.
He did win?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
no, wait. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry. No, he lost big time to Mike Simpson.
So it was just the opposite of what you said initially.
Well, okay. I mean, you want to do this?
No,
I mean,
I couldn't find it.
It's a crappy website that I landed on. Thank you, Google.
So how bad was it?
53-32.
Oh, geez. He didn't even come close.
Yeah.
That sucks. That really sucks.
So Mike Simpson, the incumbent, won there. Yeah.
It's so tough to unseat an incumbent unless they've been grinding on another man on a bed naked.
Well,
then you got a shot.
Against his will.
Against his will.
Add that in there.
Right. Then we might vote you out of office.
Oh, my goodness.
Not necessarily, but we might.
Right. and it'll still be close. It'll still be, the numbers will still be close.
Yeah. I wonder, does anybody have any videos of Mike Simpson being naked and grinding on another man in bed?
Against his will.
The other man is not into it. Okay? So.
Well, now it's too late. Now,
send it. Now
you're giving the Democrats a seat if you find
yesterday.
that video. So shelve that video for 2 years.
But send it to us, and we'll just we'll get it ready for
Definitely
the next election.
Yeah, Jeffy will take good care of that video for a couple of years.
Business.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Man.
What a world. Mm-hmm. What a fun world, isn't it? Meanwhile, Deadspin posted this article yesterday. White fans were entertained by black athletes. Get this. A day after a racist killed black people in Buffalo. This is what white supremacy looks like.
Okay, I got news for you. Anything you like, if you're white, that's
Yeah.
white supremacy.
Yes.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, after a mass shooting, I guess you can't watch the NBA.
Well, then the NBA should have canceled the game then. If
They should have.
Okay.
Yeah. This is unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is written by Karan J. Phillips.
Okay.
Sports only serve as an escape from society
We try.
if you're white.
Oh, wait, if you're white?
Yeah. Yeah. If you're white, it's an escape. It's not for the black people. Long time ago, in 2020, this country was in the midst of what white America deemed a racial awakening. The fact that they called it that was proof. There was all the proof anyone needed to realize that it was less of an awakening and more of an oxymoron. But yet, here we are, 3 years past that awakening. Now we're only, you're saying 2020. It's 2022.
Okay, so
You can't even count.
might have a relative of mine writing this one.
Maybe. But anyway, she writes, he or she, and everything is back to business, as if Nancy Pelosi taking a knee in kente cloth and all those DEI workshops that were held at your job magically fixed.
Yeah, don't
Hundreds
forget-
of years of racism.
So they're pointing out that that was a good thing that
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi wore that cloth
Mm-hmm.
of a tribe that was known for rounding up other Africans to be sold as slaves.
Mhm.
That was the cloth that she identified with.
That's right.
Just a refresher.
And if you don't believe me, both of Sunday's Game 7s were proof that the awakening was only a brief moment of pseudo-accountability that's past. In the bubble, when the NBA had Black Lives Matter on the floor, players had social justice slogans on their uniforms, and Adam Silver was allowing, think about that for a second, black people to kneel because the police love shooting black people. What a crazy nut job this
in
person
the
is.
world?
I can't even.
Thank you.
No, I
Yeah.
can't do it. That's enough.
Yeah.
Who cares what? Nobody even knows who Karan Phillips is.
Right.
So why should we listen to that person's
So
point of view?
So the absurdity of that aside, right? Is there like a handy dandy way, maybe a chart where we can identify actual racism?
Yeah, actually there is. And this will be very, very helpful.
Okay.
Especially if you're white, I think.
All right.
So here it is, the chart. If you could put that up for us, Rob. If a white person, so you look at the chart, and a white person moves out, it's white flight.
Oh.
And that, of course, is racism.
That would be racism. Okay,
If a white person moves in, that's gentrification, and that's racism.
That's racism. Okay.
If a white person sees color, of course, that's direct racism.
Wow. Don't even stop along
Now,
the way.
here's the thing.
Okay.
If a white person doesn't see color, you're ignoring racism, and that's racism.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. If a white person doesn't partake in culture, that's non-inclusive, and that's racism.
I see.
And if a white person engages in culture, that, of course, is cultural appropriation, and that's racism. Racism. So
That's handy.
that's very handy.
That's a handy
In
chart
other
there,
words,
and
everything you do or don't do, if you're white, is racist.
so
Okay.
is it racist or is it white supremacy? Because I'm hearing white supremacy more these days than racism. And so I'm just trying to figure out what's the diff there.
Which one is stronger? Probably the white supremacy thing,
Probably, right?
I think people are really afraid of white supremacists right now because there's so many. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't get away from them.
Right. No, you're absolutely
they
right.
gather in gigantic groups of people, and they're just everywhere. Hey, come sit in our racist white supremacy section at the baseball game here.
Wait, you had
got
that experience too?
Yeah.
I had people yelling that to
Right?
me. We went to the Rangers-Braves game a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
I thought that was unusual.
You go to the Mavs game, hey, come over here and sit with the white supremacy section.
This has got to stop.
Yeah, it does.
This has got to stop,
Yeah,
man.
it's bad. It's really bad, Keith. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Getting right to it. You know what that means. It's that time of the week again. No, just as soon as this musical interlude ends, we're going right to
All right, let's
Chewing
go.
the Fat with Jeffy. Bang! Just like that. Bam!
Right there.
Pow! And then some of this.
You gotta wait.
A little of this.
Gotta wait a little
Yeah.
bit.
Here comes a crescendo. You don't want to miss this. You know?
No, you wouldn't want to miss this.
You don't
at
want to
all.
miss it.
We're going to talk to you.
Hope
but we
everybody's
don't
got
wanna
their
miss it.
bingo cards ready.
Why?
And
The song and the bingo.
hey, did you guys know that there's an Infinity commercial?
Jeffy
That-
ripped it off. From
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
Jeffy ripped it off
It's
from
so
them.
strange that there is an Infinity commercial with this.
That is so strange.
I
isn't it?
know.
By the way, we did this long before.
Oh my gosh.
Long before.
Please.
All right, here's Jeffy to chew the fat.
And what'd you pay for gas? Did I $4.99?
Yeah.
Not $5.
$4.99.
The premium.
Yeah, not
$5 a gallon.
Okay.
Although it said, 20.8 gallons, and when you multiply 20.8 by the $5 which I wasn't paying, of course,
Thank you.
No.
it adds up exactly to 104.20,
And
which
this
is
what you
really
paid.
strange. Which is what I paid. Yeah, as if I was actually paying $5, not $4.99.9.
I could not believe when I Monday I stopped and got gas. It was $4.12. $4.12
$4.12.
this morning. $4.37.
4.30.
2 days later.
Jeez.
I was
Welcome
oh
to,
my
what the heck?
gosh.
This is Weimar, USA.
I mean,
Wow.
maybe it's just me.
That's 25 cents in
Maybe
2 days.
it's just me, but I've had just about enough of Build Back Better.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think
we can
almost
stop.
all Americans.
We've built enough. We've built enough.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we know that CNN Plus hired about 700 people for its launch. And a person at the network said that 350 people are going to be affected by layoffs, and the company expects that many of those employees are going to find new roles at the company, absorbed back into CNN, into open jobs at the Discovery-owned networks like HBO Max. But to show they cared, the first week after they were fired, just a week and a half or so ago, Warner Brothers Discovery, not CNN or CNN Plus, all stories make that clear. It wasn't CNN that fired them. It was Warner Brothers Discovery. Anyway, the laid off fired employees were sent welcome baskets from CNN Plus.
Yeah, welcome to CNN Plus, which is already out of business by the time you get your welcome basket.
Adding just a little insult to injury,
Incredible.
The
It's incredible.
welcome note read, "This is an incredible time to be part of CNN.
Isn't it?
Build relationships and
Yeah.
take time to connect
no.
with colleagues and learn so that you make the most of your time here." So, and now CNN did comment saying it was a mistake. Oh,
That was a mistake that they sent out
Really?
the welcome baskets
really? What?
a week or so after the whole project folded.
Not only did they get the swag bag, which you saw, which looks, like the way the streaming service ended up being wrong. We saw that one tweet mentioned that it's your Monday morning CNN Plus swag bag drop. CN Plus. The tote bag. It looks like a formatting error, which is exactly what CNN Plus was. Inside the welcome baskets were CNN branded pens, food containers, popcorn machines, headphones. I must say, I want a CNN Plus popcorn machine.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind the
Maybe
headphones
it's just
either.
me. I know.
Headphones are nice.
Probably find one on eBay soon.
I was just going to go there right now. You read my mind, bro. I was just doing that.
And while the network, they didn't have enough money to keep the employees around. They did have enough money to throw a big political hangover brunch at the end of the White House Correspondents' Weekend, which there were some, irked ex-employees. And they actually tweeted, Brian Stelter tweeted, "Hangover brunch lived up to his name. Bloody Mary station, April Spritz bar, and a coffee bar that served lattes decked out with the CNN logo." So it's good. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, and the hangover
Good for them.
party lasted longer than CNN Plus. So
It's still ongoing.
congratulations on that.
It's still ongoing. Space hotels. Space hotels are coming. The U.S.-based space company Orbital Assembly Corporation has announced a new space hotel concept called Pioneer that can open as early as 2025. They previously announced the Voyager station is scheduled to open later in 2027. So there's two. The Voyager would hold up to about 400 guests, whereas Pioneer can accommodate about 28 people. What you're seeing on the screen now, is the Pioneer. That would hold 28, and it could open sooner
the luxury
rather
one?
than later. No. This is the first one.
There's one that looked really nice.
That's the Voyager. Yeah,
Okay.
the Voyager station. And they've got the Space Construction Company comprised of NASA veterans. They're going to start construction on the Voyager station. This is the Voyager station, or the rendition of what they hope it will look like. Pretty cool. They're
Really
saying
cool.
they're
I'd love
saying
to do that.
I know.
Man.
I know. Now they claim that the CEO Rhonda Stevenson said that while tickets will be out of most people's price range, not for long.
Really?
Not for long.
Okay.
She and her team think that tourists will be motivated to plan for shorter or more frequent stays as space travel becomes less expensive.
Yeah, we'll have.
So what do you think? Maybe a couple of 2 or 3 day weekends, 3-day stay, about $5 million. Not bad.
I'll just tuck
Seriously?
away all that money I'm saving on gas, and I'll save up for my trip to space.
Is that your speculation?
No, that's what they said. 3-day stay. About
$5 million?
That's what they to start out.
To start. It'll be $4 million before you know it, Pat.
They're going to be out of most people's price range.
Right.
Most people.
Most people's
Yeah,
price
okay.
range.
All right. Do they say when
3 days
it's
stay.
going to be within everybody's price range? How much will it cost then?
It's gonna be-
$500,000?
It's going to be
Yeah.
soon.
Okay. And how much?
Never a
They
clock.
didn't.
They didn't say.
They didn't say.
Maybe Tanya won't want to go and Glenn will take me. That's what I'm going to angle for right now.
I mean, you've got Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, SpaceX. So if you can't afford that, maybe you can afford a space balloon ride.
Okay.
We have space tourism firms using balloons to go to space in 2024.
They don't get as high, though.
No, they do not. You can ascend from the spaceport early in the morning when the winds are calm, and then at the highest point of your flight, you get to see Worldview's proprietary stratospheric navigation system. Will keep you hovering high above the Earth at over 100,000 feet for 6 to 8 hours before slowly starting
that
your
looks
descent.
so cool, man.
Look at that.
I know. They say now they claim they're going to have launch sites in Brazil and Norway and Egypt, USA and Australia. They say are going to open up in 2024. And then China.
With the balloon thing?
Yeah. And then China is 2027. We'll see if that ever happens.
Why do I just fear a bird's gonna fly by and poke that balloon and then game over? How tough is that material, man?
It's tough. It's tough. My gosh.
It better be. Otherwise, they're
working on it.
Be out of business
now,
with lawsuits.
The Worldview experience, you have to be ready for the flight window, which is 5 days. The whole experience is 5-day experience. So, because you can you can reserve a seat already right now for $500. You can reserve it for $500. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay like $50,000 a seat.
Okay, well that's a lot more
6 to 8
reasonable than
hours.
$5
Yes,
million.
It is. Yes, it is. Now, as an athletically overweight person, I did ask the chat box.
What's the weight limit, huh?
What is the weight limit? They have not responded.
I have not responded.
They have not responded. So I'm not. So
You're hoping there's fat guy seating, though.
I doubt it.
I do too.
I doubt it. Now maybe they make me buy 2 seats for you. Oh yeah, that's $100,000. Yeah. Instead, I think there's 8 people a ride. So
and it lasts for 6 hours.
6 to 8 hours.
You ascend for 6 hours and then just come back down.
6 to 8 hours, and then it's a 5-day window that they have at their launch site. So you're there, and they have experiences set up. And then if you want to leave the area and go do your touristy thing, that's going to be extra money too. They're not paying for that. So the $50,000 is
just the balloon ride.
You get a room at the site to look around and wait for them to say, "Okay, it's not cloudy. Let's go."
Yeah.
So, and a reminder to subscribe to my daily podcast, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts, whatever platform warms the little innards of yourself. You can choose it and then subscribe to Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. We've talked about reaching into the old wallet for space and rides. How much would you pay, though, Pat? How much would you pay for 126 fossilized bones dating back approximately 108 to 115 million years. Put them together, measures nearly 10 feet long, named Hector after the Trojan warrior. It's now the extinct apex predator.
Deinonychus.
Anteropus.
Thank you.
Wait, what?
Meaning terrible claw. It's the name.
Deinonychus.
Anteropus.
Just rolls right off the tongue.
How much? How much would you pay?
Man, $100?
Really?
Yeah, I'd
Really?
pay
A
$100.
whole
No.
$100?
No.
Would you
No.
have like 520s or just a $100 bill with just slap
Either
down?
way,
I give
whatever they
him
want.
10 cents a bone, $12.60.
Now the pre-sale estimate was $4 million to $6 million.
Oh no!
So I'm a little shy.
Just a little under.
Well, throw in my $12.
It auctioned
Okay.
off for $12.4 million.
Did it really?
Oh, I was close. I almost won.
It would be cool to have.
$12.4
Look at
million.
that thing. That is
would
awesome.
be cool.
It was
to have.
unearthed in
Look
Wolf
at
Canyon,
that.
Montana.
It's a resident. It's a fellow Montanan.
I know it's one of your. It's one of yours.
It's one of my people.
I know. You two are part
Your
of the
ancestors stole his.
You're part of the bloodline of.
Deinonychus.
Anteropus.
It was much bigger and deadlier relative of the Velociraptor, but this is actually what Velociraptor in Jurassic Park was named after. Michael Crichton said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not really crazy about
Deinonychus.
Anteropus.
so we're going to call it Velociraptor."
That's a good decision.
That was a really good decision. Yes, it was. And so it was the first public auction of the.
Deinonychus.
Anteropus.
And so it remained. We don't know where it's going to end up. It was been in a private collection. It's the purchaser was anonymous.
Is it put together like we just saw in the
Yeah.
photograph? It is.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
assembly required.
So
They just-
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know. They might ship it to you.
Yeah, how do they
got to
ship
put
it?
it together.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Yeah. And I guess since it was anonymous, that means it wasn't Mercury One or Glenn Beck. Kind of disappointing.
Yeah, it is.
To kind of see it here. And remember, don't forget that Stan, the T-Rex that sold at Christie's back in 2020 for $31.8 million, you can see at the Natural History Museum in Abu Dhabi. If you wanted to.
Wow.
If you wanted to see Stan.
If you
the
paid
T-Rex.
$31 million for dinosaurs, dinosaur bones, would you loan it to a museum?
Well, see, that's the thing.
There's no way I would do
And
that.
that's why the museum.
Sorry, nope.
The museum people are pissed.
Why?
Because of that. Because people are buying them like this. Because the people like if I spend 12 million or 30 million,
I want it in my house.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
I got a room.
Yeah.
I got a room out back that's for
Yes.
for Hector.
You're certainly not giving it to a museum.
And that's what they're pissed about.
For
is
years
the,
and
the
years.
museums can't keep up with the price increases for.
Sorry.
Oh well.
Not my fault.
Whatever.
Oh, well. Hang a picture.
Right.
Hang a picture. This.
In fact, I'll send you a photo
How much is?
Well,
for my living room.
You can buy an NFT. I've got an NFT of Hector for you to
Yeah.
buy.
how much is
okay?
shipping and handling? Like, does Amazon just leave it on the front stoop
Yeah.
there, or do they leave it around back? Do you have to sign for it? What's
Yeah,
the story there?
I think you can get it. Uber Eats will just bring it right to the
Uber
house.
Eats will
yeah,
bring
Uber
it.
Eats will
Oh,
bring
wow.
it right to
Can
the
you
house.
eat it? That is the dumbest freaking commercial I think I've
I have
ever
not seen this.
seen in my life. You haven't seen the Uber
Oh,
Eats
come on,
where
he
they
eats
deliver
it?
tape? The guy's eating the
That's the
tape.
guy
Can
from
I
S-
eat this? Because it's Uber Eats.
And that's the guy from Succession.
I don't know, you
he's-
freaking moron. It's tape. You
He's-
can't tell that.
He's one of the stars of Succession.
Okay.
That's why they love. That's why they love him.
And then he takes a bite of soap.
Yeah.
That's soap, moron.
Wait. This is a commercial. It's been
stupid.
around for a while now.
Yeah,
right?
it's been
yeah.
around.
I just haven't seen
Yeah.
it. I know.
It's on television.
Yeah.
If it comes from Uber Eats, can you eat it?
Yeah, that was stupid. I think that was during the Super Bowl.
Well, let's see. If it's food,
Yeah.
the answer is yes. If it's tape and soap and dishwashing liquid, the answer is probably no.
Well, okay.
No.
All right, let me throw you a curveball.
All right.
Mr. Genius. What if it's a Tide Pod?
I'm going to say no.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah,
say no to
no.
Gray area.
What are
Gray
you working for
area.
TikTok
that.
now?
Area.
No, honey, no.
That should be a bingo square. Are you working for TikTok?
And congratulations to the swimsuit edition models of Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated has announced
Was this the one
It's-
with the WNBA?
its cover models. Well, yeah, but they didn't make
Yeah.
the cover.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm a little pissed for them
Yeah,
that they didn't
me
make
too.
the cover. So the 4 people have made the 2022 SI
extra
swimsuit
covers,
cover
huh?
models.
Okay.
You have Kim Kardashian,
Ugh.
Sierra,
Oof.
May Musk, Elon's mom,
Oh, come on.
and Yumi Nu.
Okay, you've gone too far now.
As,
all right?
as on the covers.
I
They're four
know.
groundbreaking women.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the transgender black Asian Lena Bloom didn't make the cover. She's in the book, but she didn't make the cover. And neither did Hunter McGrady. Didn't make the cover either. She's been in there 3 times.
Oh, my.
Since 2017. She didn't make the cover.
My God.
And she's continued to be a spokesperson for body diversity as well as creating her own fashion line for QVC.
Who did that?
I don't know.
That is not funny.
That is not funny.
Not funny at all.
I'll show you. Hang on. Get your camera ready, Rob. So
That is not
this
funny
is
at
going
all.
around.
It's not funny.
Yes, it is.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Shut up. This is going around social media right now. It's an alternate cover that you don't have in your stack there.
What they should do is Photoshop a little bikini on it.
If you're listening to the podcast,
that is not.
you really
That's funny.
should.
Not
You
funny.
laughed.
That is fat shaming. and
laughed.
I'm pissed.
What do you mean? Why are you?
That is fat shaming.
You don't
and
see
I'm-
the beauty in a beached whale? Like a literal beached whale. Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
It definitely should have a bikini on it.
Yes,
It absolutely
Yes.
should.
If you Photoshop a bikini on that,
Absolutely.
that's genius.
And-
Then
and
it's
Right.
genius.
Because
and
I
I
think-
apologize for not having it. in
Yeah,
the
I
stack.
think this whale is being objectified by being out there nude like
yes,
this. I think you're absolutely right.
absolutely.
I agree
Yes.
with Jeffy now.
Thank you.
Put some clothes on that thing.
It shows just how ridiculous things are getting.
But congratulations to all the
Come
cover
on.
girls. Cover models,
yeah,
not
right.
girls.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Thank you. Welcome. Great to have you with us. That's some tweets here. Dan the Man tweets, silhouettes, huh? Now light is racist for not being able to curve around objects to illuminate the other side?
Yeah.
Hey, it's 2022. Why not? Mrs. Boots tweets, I respect the blue. I respect our soldiers. Sucks what they have to put up with in Biden's America. Indeed. Yes, indeed. And speaking of Biden's America, President Brain Dead was out talking again yesterday. Not much of a surprise. An audit on Twitter found that half of Biden's Twitter followers are fake.
Which
Half of them.
if you believe it. I mean, the next thing you're going to do is tell you that the 81 million votes, half of them aren't real, and I won't have it. I won't have it.
Yeah.
I won't hear it.
No, I won't either because I think 3/4 of them weren't real.
But I don't want to do an audit of them.
No.
You continue. You can do your audits on Twitter, but I don't know votes, my friends.
Wow, he's got 22.2 million Twitter followers, supposedly, but half of them are bogus. So that still gives him 11 million? I don't believe it. Who's following that guy on Twitter? Get out of here. The audit, which was done for the social media giant by software firm Spark Toro, found that 49.3% of his followers are fake followers.
Yeah, this is what Elon's talking about.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
exactly.
And if it's 49.3% with Biden, is it only 5% the rest of the site? No, that doesn't make any sense. They've got a real problem with this, and I think Elon's right. They're way beyond 5% fake.
Do you think
accounts.
that he'll end up owning it after all?
I don't think so. I think it's probably off.
well, I mean, if Elon's going to turn it down, I mean, I'll give him $12.
Will you?
Wait, you're saving up for
Wow.
that dinosaur. That's,
Oh no, Hector can wait. I'll buy Twitter for $12.
Spark Toro has defined fake followers as accounts that are unreachable and will not see the account's tweets either because they're spam, bots, propaganda, etc., or because they're no longer active on Twitter.
Right. Well, I mean, I've got a couple of extra Twitter accounts too that aren't active very often as well.
Yeah, do you? Okay. Musk said he believes 20% of all Twitter accounts are fake and vowed to not go through with his $44 million purchase until the issue is resolved, which it's not going to be.
or he can just maybe they'll sell it to him for cheaper.
I doubt it though, because they're not. You know, the stock is not gonna. They're not going to agree to. The shareholders aren't going to agree to anything less than what it was already at. He was offering them more than that, right? So even if you go back to what it was trading at the time, that's still not really what it's worth. Right? So there's no way if I'm a shareholder, I'm like, no, how about we just make it what you said it was worth? Let's do that.
Might be too late for that now. I don't know. He might be done with it. I mean, after all of this, I can't see that going forward. We'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
I know he wants it though, and he's turned into he's the new Trump, right? He tweets every day, and he drives the news.
Yeah, and
every day,
what did
no
he
matter
say?
what happens.
He said for the first time ever, he will vote for the Republican in 2024.
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that something? Huh. Speaking of Elon and Twitter, there's another Project Veritas thing that's making the rounds now. And they're sitting in with Alexander Martinez. He was recorded by Project Veritas.
Yeah, so what this is you've got the undercover. Yesterday or 2 days ago, they posted a video of an engineer talking about how just nothing but communist at that place.
Yeah.
You know, they just. Yeah.
Yes, he was actually making the point that, you bet it's biased.
Yeah.
Right.
And so this is a date with the Project Veritas guy and this one of these lead guys at Twitter, Alex Martinez. So this is 2 minutes, scope down. The amount of bombs that are dropped in this are just fascinating.
Check this out. It's amazing.
Well, right now we don't make profit, so it's going to say ideology, which is what's led us to not being profitable.
The rest of us who have been here believe in something that's good for the planet and not just to give people free speech. Because again, like, these people really do believe in what we're doing. These are the policies we've put in place for misinformation or mislabeling media or whatever.
Yeah. Wow.
Why do you think this should be taken down?
Yeah.
Like, those are the questions they're going to ask him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for him to be like, oh, because people should make their own decision. It's like, no, but people don't know how to make a rational decision if you don't put out correct things that are supposed to be out in the public. As an advertiser, as my business, is what I do every day and why I go out is like, we want it to be as fair and transparent and accurate as possible.
Yeah.
And if that means there's a level of censorship to make it correct, quote unquote, again, and what does correct mean? I guess like it just kind of goes back to the idea of like, well, what is correct?
Well,
If we're implementing all these rules
And you've decided
and Elon wants to dismantle them, then technically our ideology has led us to not making money because we're not making money. And Elon wants to turn it the other way so that we can make money. There's a statement they need all 7,000 people to say. And so they can't like tell us that like the real truth.
He has Asperger's.
He has Asperger's.
Yeah, I know that.
So he's special.
He's special.
Special needs. You're literally special needs. So
Wow.
I can't even take what you're saying seriously. Targeting of tweets.
Wait.
You can read it.
Let me see. And how to protect yourself. Groups like Project Veritas are active right now.
He acts like he doesn't know.
What is that?
It's like some group that's trying to just out the employees. Like they're trying to go on dates with them like this and record them and then go sell it to the New York Times and say this is what the Twitter employee just said. This is what's really happening. This is what they're telling us to not do. You're lucky that you met me organically because I would be questioning everything about you.
You're lucky you met me organically or I'd be questioning everything about
that?
you, Project Veritas guy.
You look like an idiot.
That
Wow.
was incredible.
I mean, there's a lot there.
So
Oh
much.
yeah, and we have 3 more senior employees departing the platform
Because of
announced
this?
today. I mean, it was announced.
Must be, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
And Elon actually commented on this first video, like, "Is this even real?" And then he comment, he's after it. He's on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible. So you
Interesting.
may be right. I mean, there might not be a deal to be had.
Yeah. Right. And for the guy to start mocking people with Asperger's, that's despicable.
He's
Yeah, go ahead and
special
pick on the richest guy in the world. That usually works out well.
Right. A genius, by the way. There's a reason he's the richest guy in the world.
Yeah, that right there is a despicable
amazing.
human being.
Yeah,
We just
and
saw.
yet if you were to make fun of him, it'd be the worst thing in the world, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all hell would break loose,
But
and the
there's
sky
nothing-
would come down
There's
on
nothing there to make fun of him about.
you. Right. Right. That's exactly right.
So to recap, that head guy at Twitter, he hates free speech. He loves censorship. He mocks people on the spectrum. He doesn't care that his employer isn't making money.
Right. Because it's about ideology.
Right.
It's not about making money.
That, right? I mean, we know that.
If you're an advertiser on Twitter right now and you see that video,
jeez,
and you see this, I mean, you're just like, wait, why am I?
And if you're a shareholder, you're like, that's why I'm not making any money.
Right.
That's why this company isn't profitable right now. Because of that. Because of the mindset that it's ideology over cash. All right. Well, I thought you were capitalist, but I guess not. So good luck with it. Unbelievable. It's really amazing. Wow. Project Veritas has uncovered some amazing things.
Yes, they have.
That always get ignored. Always.
I just love that last
Not to the
quote.
FBI, though.
Yeah, that's
You're
so
lucky
good.
we met organically, or I'd be questioning everything about you.
Oops. Oopsie daisies. What he thinks now. That's so great. Here was a fun moment from President Biden yesterday, too. Trying to say the AAPI, which, Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders. Here's what he said.
The values reflected in the AANH.
NH.
Community here in the United States. As they say in Clay Mondella, are all yous guys.
Wow.
He's good, right?
Oh, he's great.
He is good.
And then the audience laughs at that. Yeah, that's our president. Can't say AAPI. That's great.
This is our event,
That's
old
great.
man.
He just broke.
Yeah.
He just freaking broke. That's so funny. The leader of the free world broke. I love it. The Asian American Pacific Islanders, and then he says, ay. If that was a Republican, he'd be
my God.
destroyed for mocking the name.
Yeah.
Play that one more
Plus,
time.
it's a celebration this month, right? I mean, it's their month.
We're celebrating AAPI month.
Why are you asking that? You know that.
Asian Pacific Islander trio.
AANH.
NH. What the heck? PI.
Community here in the United States. As they say in Clay Mondella, are all yous guys.
Wow.
Or as Elon Musk has said this
maybe
week, the real president is whoever controls the teleprompter.
Yeah.
You could have put anything in there and we would have had fun with it.
Now, maybe you say, look, he's had a stuttering problem his whole life.
Oh, that's
so
what they,
now you're making fun of him.
Yeah, that's the excuse they use. But here's the thing. There's no H. Okay.
That was not even in the script, old man.
There's no N, there's no H. What you could say, and they, for some reason, I think they would rather go with nothing than really explain his eyes are getting bad.
Yeah, he can't see.
He can't see the teleprompter. That could be something that they actually explain to the American people.
Well, and
look,
they
he's got a
have,
really hard
right?
time seeing. No, they haven't mentioned anything about his eyesight.
Well, no, but they mentioned that he does his speeches at the fake Oval Office because they said that they couldn't.
The teleprompter is not big enough in the Oval.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, they've moved in a movie screen.
I'd make a bigger deal
teleprompter.
out of it, though. I'd make it much more apparent. Look, his eyes are fading. He doesn't have the vision he used
He's
to.
had
but
eye strokes.
But that's an admission that he is getting old, and his faculties are fading. And they don't want to make any kind. I don't think they want to make any kind of admission like that.
Then you allude to everything else. You don't want to.
It's better, I guess, for people just to speculate that his cognitive abilities are declining. Is that better? Doesn't seem like
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I'd rather have people believe it's his eyes rather than his brain. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If it's me and I'm one of his handlers, I'm saying, yeah, his eyesight's getting kind of bad now.
Get him a cane.
And he won't wear glasses. Or the glasses don't, I don't know, maybe he's got glaucoma. Maybe he has cataracts. Who knows?
But he has had eye strokes before, right? I mean, they have messed with his eyes before.
Have they?
I think
don't know.
So.
Eye strokes?
Yeah.
Is there
and
such
then
a
when
thing?
he's had those eye bleeds?
Yes.
So I mean,
the eye bleed.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's an issue there.
Yeah. And they could use that, especially since you're right. There is evidence in the past.
Well, he did get the vaccine and the booster. Not that has anything to do with what's happening now, of
I don't know
course.
where that-
Why would that be?
Wow, that was out of left field.
He
Non
had
sequitur.
those before the vaccine.
A non sequitur.
I think the eye bleed was before.
Way before.
Yeah, I think it was. All right, 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Let me tell you about preborn. Throughout the whole world, the leading cause of death is abortion. In the United States, murder has become a wholesale business since Roe v. Wade. We've killed over 63 million babies. That's almost 25% of pregnant mothers don't choose life. What can you do about it? You could buy one woman, one ultrasound, and increase the chance that she's going to give birth by 80%. One ultrasound costs $28 to provide a free one to the expectant mother. $28 to have a really good chance at saving a baby's life. If you can do 5, that's $144. But, if it's only $1, that would be greatly appreciated. Preborn, they partner with clinics in the highest abortion rate cities and regions across the country. And then when the mother does choose life, then they provide maternity and baby clothes and diapers and car seats, counseling, anything the woman needs, free of charge. Will you help us rescue babies this year? To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat. 888-900-3393.
So did a lot of people.
And Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Yep. Let's see. New tax filings reveal how BLM founder Patrisse Cullors
are trained Marxists.
The founder of BLM spent the foundation's funds just, because she treated them as sacred funds. They were donations from people. Sometimes, every dollar they had, they gave to BLM to make sure that black lives did matter, in fact.
And you remember the scrutiny of how these funds were being spent. Mm-hmm. That was off-putting for her. She did
it was off-putting. She didn't care for that at all. How dare you look into my $6 million home in Los Angeles? How dare you? And the other 4 homes that I bought for $4 million more.
All over the country.
All over the country. How dare you look into that?
Don't even look at what. My whole boyfriend thing. Don't even worry about that either.
Yeah, the father of my child. I only paid him $970,000 for his creative services.
Creative service, that what we're calling it?
Yep.
Your baby daddy.
I only paid my brother $840,000 for security.
Well, he's good.
A fellow director, $2.1 million, and reimbursed. She did reimburse the organization $73,000 for a charter flight. Okay.
Yeah, that's because that one made the news.
Exactly right.
Yeah, but she spent a lot more than that on those private flights, right? I mean, she reimbursed them $70,000, but I read somewhere where she spent
hundreds of thousands,
if not millions, on private flights.
Do you have any doubt that's true? I don't.
I do not.
I don't have any doubt.
For security purposes, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
You got to be safe.
Of course. BLM also sent out an email defending their $6 million home in Los Angeles. I mean, first of all, I shouldn't even have to explain this to people.
Oh, no.
I don't even like explaining it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But first of all, this property serves as an opportunity for us, speaking as her, for us as black people to own our land interest free and unencumbered by white corporate establishment. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So back off me.
And further, it is amazing that anyone would question us for wanting to own property. Nobody's questioning your ability to own property. I think it's the price tag from a charity that we're questioning. As the real estate market nationwide has increased in value significantly over the past 18 months. So, of course, they want to own their property. But instead of being lauded as making smart, diversified investment decisions so we can control and define our own destinies, our movement is chastised and vilified. How dare you?
That's a great...
You, the people who gave us all the money, how dare you question us? The double standard and embedded racism is clear. Is it?
Is it, Patrisse?
Second,
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, did you think I was done?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm not done.
She's still pissed.
Yeah.
Second, this property has served as a safe haven to protect the leaders of our black nationalist movement. Has it? Really?
Why?
You got a lot of security there. There's no fence around it. There's no wall around it. I mean...
Oh, the neighborhood.
Yeah, okay. It's just a safe neighborhood. Is that what it is?
I think it's a private neighborhood, right?
Our leaders and their families, including their children, have been targeted by white supremacists. I bet.
Have they?
No. They have been threatened with physical harm. We have a responsibility to protect them, and this property has supported those efforts. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Plus, and I know that she's, I apologize for thinking that she needs to explain herself, but I think she said that one of them, she was going to, or they had talked about using it for office space.
Okay.
The one house.
They had talked about it. Well, then, enough said.
I mean, that's the new
Get
mantra
off-
of the press
Those
secretary.
are going to be our offices.
That's what the press secretary is always saying.
Yeah, we talked
We
about
talked
it.
about
We talked
this.
about it.
Now, third, and most relevant.
Wait, Patrice, there's more?
There's more.
Oh, you still pissed?
Most relevant in this announcement, the property was always intended to support our commitment to arts and culture in black communities.
Oh.
Intended.
Yeah, she doesn't say it was used for that purpose. She says it's intended for that purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to.
And did you hang art in it? Did you buy expensive art and put it up in that?
No, she didn't.
What'd you do? I mean, how is it contributing to arts and culture?
I don't know.
Specifically, current headlines grossly mischaracterize the foundation's intended use of a property that's been set to support our creators' fellowship. The false narratives being spread have the potential to harm organizers doing brilliant work across the country to support black lives.
Yeah.
Across the country? This home is in Los Angeles. What does anybody across the country have to do with it? We want to be abundantly clear that these reports do not reflect the totality of the movement. They're not meant to. We're just concerned about why $6 million for this house, which none of these points, none of them address. Wow. I mean, they're amazing. They don't even, they are just pissed off that you would even question them.
How dare you?
We truly apologize for the distress and harm that these false narratives have caused you, other supporters, and the entire BLM fam. That's hip for family.
Is that what that means?
If you're,
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was confused for a moment.
Those who work in service of black liberation daily. BLM Global Network Foundation recognizes that we have more work to do in order to increase transparency. Yeah, you sure do. Ensure our relationship remains trustworthy and that we communicate openly. We believe that black creativity is necessary and vital to black survival. And, you have to live in a $6 million house in order to have that creativity. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling some sarcasm,
you
almost
do?
like you're white-splaining here for us.
No. That's nothing could be further from what I'm actually doing.
There you go. There's your reminder.
Yeah, if a white person moves out, moves in, sees color, doesn't see color, doesn't partake in culture, or engages in culture,
Or questions anything BLM says.
it's racism.
Okay.
Flat out.
Thank you.
Straight up racism. I like this. The Creator's House serves as a space for black folks to share their gifts with the world and hone their craft. I wonder, so all blacks can just go in and openly use this home?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what's going
I
on?
like this. Now this is cool.
It's cool, right?
Stop it.
I'm on board.
When you're in Los Angeles, if you're black, feel free to
Yeah.
go into the Creator's House because it serves as a space for black folks.
Do they leave the door unlocked? Hell, did they not take the door off the hinges to begin with? Because I want to see what comes out of there.
Maybe the last line is, we'll leave the light on for you. Let me see.
Oh my gosh, that's
No, it's not. It's not the last line. The last line is in love and solidarity. Darn it. It's not, we'll leave the light on for
no
you.
fist.
No
A
fist.
fist? Oh, yeah.
No. I guess they couldn't find the fist emoji.
It's
Dang
out
it.
there. You just got to
Is it out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does take a
She
little.
didn't have it in her email.
It's racist that you have to look for it. It should just be right there.
It should be part of your signature.
Yes.
Everybody's.
I love how indignant she is. How
I do too.
dare you?
How dare you even question me? You white peon. Listen, Casper, I don't answer to you. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Preach. This is
That's so great. Wow. All right.
There you go. Well,
shut up. They deserve a $6 million home in LA.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, and another $6 million one in Toronto. Shut up.
Pat Gray.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. Squatching Duck tweets, just think how many more black people could have owned property outright instead of the leaders of BLM buying one ridiculously expensive property. Exponential importation tweets, the left cares about black people so much, they create and elevate organizations to solicit donations from them, then perpetuate a narrative that this organization will help advance their communities. Then they take that money for themselves to live in luxury. So caring, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a good formula, though. Really good recipe for enriching oneself.
Certainly worked for them.
Yeah, it did. BLM has received over $100 million in donations. I mean, it's way over. Rants out loud.
Don't you dare
I
ask about what they've done with it, how they spent it.
It's none of my business.
Thank you.
Casper. And I hope every moron that donated to Black Lives Matter is hearing these stories.
Me too.
You know they're not. They're not finding them. They're not hearing about them in the press that they listen to. But I hope that they hear, oh, look at the luxury that you provided.
Yeah. Rants out loud, the BLM mansion was intended to support the black community, or at least one member of the black community.
A couple family members.
Yeah, some friends. They had some parties, whatever. Few people benefited, though.
Sure.
Rowdy introvert, I'm surprised Jeffy didn't make the cover of SI. Or did he?
Oh, yeah. There it is. With the bikini. That is awesome. You seem confused, Jeffy. You don't remember that session? That photo session? Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Scary, isn't it? It's really it's actually frightening.
Tell me that right there is not worth the cover of SI.
Have I told you guys?
No, but you can't say it. That's
I
what
just
I'm saying.
did.
You can't
say
I
said it.
That's not worth the cover of SI.
Have I told you guys, my grandmother recently moved here to the
yeah, we heard.
Is that all?
That's all we hear, Nana.
What do you got against my grandmother, bro?
All of a sudden he's pissed off about your grandmother.
That's a weird. That's a weird reaction.
You asked. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we've heard about her. Okay, we don't like your grandmother. Your stinking grandmother shouldn't even live here.
Isn't that right? I mean, that's what I picked up.
Why isn't she still in Georgia, Keith?
That's not quite where I was going there.
Pisses me off that she's in Texas.
You know why he's pissed off? He's pissed off because now he doesn't hold the record for the oldest person in Dallas-Fort Worth because a 97-year-old is now here.
Is that why? Okay.
So I turn on Pat Gray Unleashed for her once when she gets settled in, and I swear I turn it on. And it's Jeffy and the Mankini picture on the screen. I'm like, oh, not good timing.
Welcome to Texas,
Welcome
Nana.
to Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
This is who I work with.
And you know what? Speaking of your photo and whether or not it's worthy of SI, yes, it is.
Thank you.
I think we've been shown recently, yes, it is. It is worthy. Why not? Why not that?
Yes.
You've got other pictures just like it. Seriously. Why not? What's wrong with it? Let's see it again. Show that.
Okay.
There, okay.
Now they're doing Mankini,
That's
right?
Would you rather see that?
She's not on the cover though. She's just in the mag.
Or would you rather
Why
see
did they
this?
jilt her then?
I mean, hello.
I mean, it's the same diff.
I'm at least worthy of being in the mag.
Of course you are.
What is the stuffed animal
Yes,
down
you
at the
are.
crotch? Is that a puppy? What is happening? What is that?
He's got a little pouch there
he
for
does.
Kangaroo
for a
pouch.
baby.
Yeah.
Got enough room down there for an animal, I guess. Weird.
Ick. Ick.
Gross. All right, we see it.
All right, we got it.
He's just
Show the first one,
gonna
though.
leave
I mean,
it up there.
is
aren't
it really
you?
necessary to do this? Is this like, really? I guess it is. I guess it's time, that trans,
Yeah,
plus size.
She didn't make the cover either.
Everybody gets in now.
Yep.
So
Young,
old people
old.
like Elon's mom, who's
Yep.
what, 90?
74.
74. Wait, she's 74?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, wait a minute, what?
She's been a model for years.
Oh, really?
Has she?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She even said that I've been a model, but I was never a swimsuit model.
Okay. Right. All right. Good.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well, that's great.
And so all of those individuals,
All those are on the cover.
They took your spot.
On the cover.
I don't like it.
Right.
On the cover.
Need a better agent.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Remember when Elle Macpherson was on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Who's that?
Those days aren't coming back.
No.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Cindy Crawford.
That's in America. That's long behind us.
Sorry, nope.
Definitely not coming
No.
back.
Yuck.
Calvin Klein
We don't
is
want
showing
that.
you pregnant men.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
What was there was a cover I just saw with the pregnant man.
Yeah,
that's
was it you that showed it to me?
No, but I maybe it was. But I mean,
that's what he's
that's
talking
the Calvin
about,
It
Klein.
was two men, right? And
No.
it's a
no.
woman.
Oh, it's a woman and a man, and the man is pregnant.
That's the Calvin Klein ad.
Oh my gosh, this is so ridiculous.
Man, I got to puke
How,
now.
what do you mean?
What a
ridiculous?
world! What a world! What a world!
We are.
Here's the thing: men can't get pregnant. Okay, so
Okay, YouTube's going to flag this one.
I hope that we're on the dump button.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Martin, careful in there. I swear, we're in another timeline.
we are.
We are in a bizarro world. It's
We
like
are.
somebody shook the snow globe and we are upside down, man.
And it's time for the aliens just to come in and
All right.
either fix it or end it. I don't know, one of the two.
I'll take either.
And that's why we're having hearings, I think, in Congress right now to divulge the fact that they're just about here. So this is good news, actually. They're having a hearing on the UFOs for the first time in 50 years. And like I said, though, nothing's going to come of this. They're not going to tell us any startling information.
Oh, that's national security, Congressman. I
Yeah.
can tell you outside of this room.
Yeah.
And anything that would be interesting is redacted. You know that for a fact.
Yeah. So I guess, Congress gets the behind closed doors hearing that we can't handle.
Yep.
And so yesterday they had some national security folks in there that were basically saying, it's a national security. That's why
we're
we're
gonna talk
here.
about
Yeah.
that.
I mean, it was underwhelming.
I mean, it always is.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Now, one could make the case that perhaps, showing a pregnant man advertisements for Calvin Klein, the aliens might go, let's just leave these people alone. We
Right.
can't do anything.
They're doing a fine job of destroying themselves. We don't have to do anything.
We'll go
We don't have to
somewhere else.
lift any of our long, long fingers.
Let's go somewhere else.
They are speculating. Tim Burchett, who is a longtime advocate for disclosure, he says that he was informed by reliable sources that material has been recovered from objects or craft that have been reported in the skies over the U.S.
That's been talked about before.
In other words, we have wreckage from UFO crashes.
That has been reported before.
And he says multiple sources say that we've recovered something from these UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
He was speaking just hours before the first hearing in 50 years. And the most striking, he said, was that there was a trio of leaked videos showing UFOs operating near U.S. warships and being pursued by fighter planes. We've seen that. The Tic Tac one.
Yeah.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah, the two videos that they had yesterday.
I'm bored with it now.
Yeah, there was just a little blurb.
There was it looked like a little pyramid.
Well, okay, that was the
right.
But the one that went by the cockpit was just,
yeah, you couldn't even tell what it was.
Couldn't see what it was. And then the one you're talking about, the pyramid through the night vision goggles, that's the only thing that was really dramatic from this whole thing. And somebody was it somebody at the hearing yesterday tried to explain that away.
Yeah.
What did he say?
We talked about the vision not being right out of the planes.
Right. Yeah, something like that. It's. So I mean, even the best video that they had yesterday, one of the guests kind of debunked it in a way. But I mean,
and they've talked about the material that they found too that will reshape.
Yeah.
When it goes back, that I'm hoping that we're using some of that to our advantage.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I mean, and they also said in that meeting that I forget who said it, but they were talking about we do not want potential adversaries to know exactly what we see or understand.
That's why they're never going to share.
I know.
If they really do have something, they're not going to share it with us.
And so this morning when I was doing show prep and I was looking for stuff from this hearing and everything, because I didn't get to watch a lot of it in real time yesterday, I stumbled onto this story from December of 2020. And it says, the headline is, former Israeli space security chief claims aliens exist, and the U.S. has an agreement with them. And here is the opening sentence from that story. A former Israeli government official says extraterrestrials have been in contact with Earth and that President Donald Trump is aware of an agreement between the U.S. and the aliens.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that this story is not true because there's no way in hell that Donald Trump would not come out and talk about that. He would absolutely say, yeah, I know there's aliens. We got them. I mean, this would totally be up his alley to be the president.
Now, there's the one Israeli guy that's dead now that they talked to when he was close to death, and that's how they disregard him.
Hang on a second.
That might be him.
Let me see, because this story is a couple years old.
Yeah, because he talked about that, and then maybe not, because this guy mentions Trump. So it might not be him. I just know
this
that
guy is alive.
They discredit. They find ways to obviously discredit them. Then it's like, no, it's not really.
This guy is 88 years old, still kicking.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you make a video naked on a bed with one guy,
and all of a sudden,
everybody
you're
hates
labeled.
You.
Yeah, everybody
Ridiculous.
knows what your preference is.
Can't even get voted into office.
And then you can't even be voted in.
It's ridiculous.
Why? Just okay. I wear women's lingerie.
So?
I grind naked on a bed with a man who doesn't want to be ground on.
Do we know that man didn't want to?
Yeah, I hear. I'm not watching that video again, bro. Thankfully, there was enough blocking, okay? But you hear the yelling, man. He's like, get off me.
That doesn't...
No, he was not happy about. Shut up! I'm gonna throw this little alien guy at you. You go watch it again. That was grotesque.
I don't believe it.
I do. I believe it. I believe the guy didn't want it. Mm-hmm.
Of course you do.
He's trusting me over you. He hasn't even seen the video.
Now Tim Burchett, who's the one who said, we've found wreckage, says even if you believe in God, there must be something else out there. We can't just be it. I believe that's true. Infinity is a long way. We need full disclosure. This is what we know, and this is what we don't know. We can and should do better. Well, but again, you don't want to tell our enemies everything we have, right?
Everything and that's why we say when we talk about the weapons of our as he put them in our adversaries. You gotta. I always, hope and pray that we've got that too. They make such a big deal about the supersonic missiles, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, we have it too.
I hope.
Well, I think we tested one actually. We actually announced that we tested one.
Well, we have it too because it's us that China stole it from.
Correct. Look at what all their military items look exactly like ours.
Yes.
That's not by accident.
No, they took it. They stole it from us. They've got spies all over this country.
They stole it?
Including in Eric Swalwell's bed. So...
yeah. He had a fun tweet.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
Wait, did they steal it? Or did they have a U.S. president give it to them?
Well, there's been some of that too.
And don't forget...
Bill Clinton did.
Don't forget the summer of 2001 when that pilot was forced down. Remember that? That plane? And China stripped it.
Yeah.
Stripped that plane.
Oh,
yeah.
And what did they get from that? I mean...
Yeah, they might have gotten a lot of tech from that. Also, there was an image of an alien door on Mars, a door that Martians use, and
wait, is that in there?
Yeah,
Martians.
I'm sure it is.
We're sure that Martians.
We're pretty sure
are
Martians
are
using
doorway.
Yeah. A recent photo of what appears to be a doorway on the surface of Mars went viral. It was captured by NASA's Curiosity rover.
Okay.
I love this kind of stuff because we're always seeing some kind of image on Mars that proves, see, people are there, aliens are there.
Yeah.
That's an alien doorway. Is it?
Is it?
The photograph, while grainy, shows a door-like rectangular entrance.
See?
In the planet's rock face that has some suggesting it's a doorway to alien life.
See, end of the story. We're done.
People just want it so badly.
I know.
Scientists, however, argue there's a simple explanation. It's due to a normal geological process.
I won't hear of it.
And according to their measurements, right, it's only like what we see there all, blown up close is really, the far away shot.
What are you talking about?
The doorway is only like 3 feet high or something.
The crack appears
possible doorway.
It appears large because the photo is heavily zoomed in.
Yeah.
But it's no larger than 30 centimeters by 45 centimeters.
So there is no way.
There's no way to
tell.
We have no way to tell how big that is because they're using metric. It could
30
be
centimeters is.
It could be an inch. It could be 4,000 feet high. I don't know.
Yeah, 7 miles high. That doorway for all we know.
Ships
I don't know.
could fly in and out of that doorway.
See, yes, it's not just for the little aliens; it's for the actual ships.
But there's no way to tell.
Right. There's no way.
No way to tell.
You can't.
Stupids. Stop using metric.
Right?
So we found this interesting tweet from Wall Street Silver on Twitter.
Yeah. They got a blue check mark. And as we know from Nina Jankowicz, everybody has a blue check mark is to be trusted.
Exactly.
But no, this is very fascinating. This is interesting.
Fort Knox has been boarded up.
What?
Look at that.
What is that about? Are they preparing? Are they preparing for a riot outside?
I don't know.
An attack, or is it just nothing?
Or is
in
it
there
just
worth
abandoned
nothing
now?
to protect there.
Right. That's what I think it is.
Was there ever any gold?
There's no longer any gold in Fort Knox, and so they just boarded it up and went home. It's all true. All right, let's not even pretend anymore. Just board this thing up.
Jeffy doesn't. Jeffy thinks it was Photoshop.
That's true.
Jeffy thinks it was Photoshopped.
Look it up.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
There's no way.
That would be fun if it's not true.
That would be fun.
No
Wouldn't it be
way.
fun?
Hey, we just spent 5 minutes telling you about something that's not even true. Yay. That's fun, right?
That's fun.
Let's see. Board it up. Let me look.
While you look for that, let's play the Sonny Hostin thing here from The View. These people on The View are some of the worst human beings on the face of this planet. She's completely out of her head. Check this out from yesterday.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, with not talking about Tucker Carlson if we talked about race in our schools, if we talked about race within our families. Because getting back to what happened in Buffalo, you've got an 18-year-old kid who drives 200 miles to kill black people with a single vision to kill black people. And now we have parents storming school boards and saying, we don't want to talk about race relations. We don't want to talk about anti-racism.
No, nobody is saying. There's not a single parent. Not one, Sonny, saying we don't want to talk about race relations. That's bull crap. What we don't want is for white kids to be taught that they're inferior to everybody else, that they're nasty, that they're evil, that they're slave owners, that they're racist just because of their skin color. All of these things are being taught to white kids right now, and they're being separated into these classes, and it's dangerous. The kids, up until this point, have been doing great in school together for the most part. Up until 10 years ago or so, up until the Obama administration, I think we had gotten the race relations completely under control in this country.
Yeah.
Yes, there were still some racists and some idiots, but
which we're always going to have, by the way.
Yes,
there's always going to be, I don't know, idiots.
Right, but by and large, we were getting along fine.
Yes.
Not now. And so now we're being taught contention among the races. That's what's being taught, not race relations. I wish they'd open up their stupid ears and listen to what's going on. And then maybe you could make an intelligent comment on TV sometime. Here's what else she had
what
to
are you
say.
teaching your kids at home then?
it.
What's going on in your homes? What are you talking about in your home? So obviously, CRT was never the problem. It's WRT. It's white replacement theory is the problem. So if you don't want your kids to feel like oppressors, or you don't want your kids to feel bad, What are you teaching them? If you're not teaching them the right things, if you're not talking about racism, if you're not talking about the systemic problems that are happening, let us teach them about
Why?
it. Because
No,
I
thank
have
you.
to teach my kids.
Okay, I
that
can't take
when
it
they go
anymore. You can't take it anymore. That is enraging. Enraging. What makes her the expert on everything that should be taught in our schools to our children? I mean, that's outrageous.
Well, she knows that the white Republicans have moved to the radical side of the page, right? She also, I sent another clip, and it looks like it was this, might have been even the same show, because Sonny is brilliant for The View.
Right.
So I'm not sure if this is, it was tell by the outfit if it was the same day. But, well, let Sonny tell you what.
They are playing to the base. I mean, if you look at all the studies, the Republican Party has moved further to the right than Democrats have to the left. There's research on Center analysis that finds that on average, Democrats and Republicans are farther apart ideologically today than at any time in the past 50 years. And that ideological divide breaks down to the Republican Party being an extremist party. And the Democratic Party actually, as you just mentioned, Sarah, moving more to the center.
But isn't the problem that the primaries?
I can't. No, I can't. I can't. That is outrageous. That is unbelievable. Are you kidding me?
She says that with a straight face.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. Again, I mean, how many times have we talked about that in the last couple of weeks? Who's the real extremist here? It is the Democrats, and everybody knows it.
I mean, we had the Elon Musk chart. Right?
Yes. Yes. Well, you have my favorite example is the U.S. Communist Party. The Communist Party USA. Who's candidate? Who was their candidate in 2020? Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Joe Biden was their candidate. You don't have to remember, the Communist Party. I never pay attention to the Communist Party's candidate. Yeah, you did. He was elected president. The Communist Party's candidate, Joe Biden, was elected president.
Nah, he's good
That's
enough.
how extreme they are.
He's good enough for us.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to run anybody. We got Joe. That's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get out of here. The Republicans are extreme. In what way? What are they doing that's extreme? They don't do anything. The Republicans don't do a blessed thing in office.
But they've moved further right.
And it cuts off at the end where Joy, the worst name person on the earth, starts talking about primaries and how primaries drive people to be more radical. I'm pretty sure that's where she was going.
Unbelievable. All right. I got to share this with you for 1 minute. Scoremaster. This is a place where if you've had problems in the past with your finances and your credit score has been dinged a little bit, please give this a try. Go to Scoremaster and test this out. You can improve your score by up to 61 points in 3 weeks or less. I mean, just wait 3 weeks to refi your home mortgage or to buy a car or whatever major purchase you're thinking about in your life, because that's about how long it takes the average Scoremaster user to boost his or her credit score an average of 61 points. And 61 points added to your credit score can save you tens of thousands on everything you finance. Scoremaster technology was developed by credit data scientists to boost your credit score higher and faster than you ever thought possible. So, try Scoremaster today. See how many plus points you can add to your credit score. Go to scoremaster.com/Pat. That's scoremaster.com/Pat.
Oh, that's it for the show?
That's it for the show.
But don't forget to call your representatives today and tell them two things. You want the truth on aliens, and if they're Republicans, tell them, don't be moving so far to the right. Man. Come on.
Right.
Thank
You guys have gotten way too extreme.
Pull it
We
back.
don't even recognize you anymore.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.